In Russia, they're called beadlo. In Australia, they call them bogans. In Canada, they're called hosers. And in Germany, they call them Kevin. No, really, they do. They like to say we live in a class-less society, but we both know that's not the case. Here are 15 things that scream, I'm low class. Number 1, lying or being deceitful. Most people looking to socially climb are trying to go up, thus implying that they've got a long way to go. Lying, gossip, or trying to hustle someone else are all associated with lower-class individuals. Low-class individuals are always looking for an angle, for the shortcut, for the excuse. They would do anything to get ahead except the work that would actually get them ahead. It's a different form of laziness. Number 2. Poor grooming or personal hygiene. If you're in public and you smell, this video is about you. You're using the same sweat-infused shirt you had on yesterday. Your breath stinks, your hair is slimy, and there's dirt under your fingernails. People move away from you and give you space when you're nearby. These are the people who think chewing gum does the same job as brushing your teeth. It's not the outcome per se that makes you lower class, but the mindset that says it's okay not to take care of yourself. A shower and some clean clothes go a long way. Number 3, inappropriate or shabby clothing. What are you doing in a tracksuit at a wedding? Why do you wear see-through leggings to a job interview? We know we've just come off of like 2 years of sweatpants and hoodies, but the way you present yourself is the way you tell people how to treat you. In life, you get what you advertise for. These are people who walk into Sephora just to spray perfume onto themselves. Number 4, neglect of responsibilities. You know you're low class if you've got multiple baby mamas and you ain't paying child support. You're not a player, okay? You're a deadbeat dad. Not showing up on time, not keeping your word, not being consistent, not being there when people need you, it all adds up. See how this video isn't really about a lack of money, but about someone's attitude toward life? Number 5. Uneducated, no interest in learning, poor speech patterns, loud or using vulgar language. Basic education is free and mandatory almost everywhere around the world, but even with that, you find people who never had an interest in growing. Despite not suffering from any mental condition, they can barely read. Basic math confuses them, and they're finding it hard to communicate effectively because their vocabulary is so limited. They've never even read a book in its entirety. They are functional illiterates. Not even a superficial understanding of basic history or geography, yet they're very vocal and opinionated on nuanced issues. You can tell a lot about a person by the way they speak. What are you doing as a mature individual throwing swear words left and right, especially in a professional environment? Since when is being stupid considered cool? Why is culture so, well, anti-culture? Do you think low-class individuals spend any time on their self-development? Not even close. Some of them might have found this video by mistake. Number 6. Disturbing or inconveniencing others. You know the people who use the speakerphone even when they're in public? They're the same folks who carry a Bluetooth speaker with them and listen to music loudly with no regard for other people. From the little things like not returning the shopping cart, to cutting in line or cutting people off in traffic, to littering or leaving a mess in public spaces. You're supposed to throw the leftovers in the trash and then return the tray even if you're eating fast food. And don't even get us started on people who are not picking up after their dogs. They defecate in alleys and behind cars, and they love living like this, surrounded by literal shit, sniffing the smell of urine as they start their day. These are people who pull out the flowers from the road dividers when the municipality plants new ones. Their immediate convenience trumps anybody else. Number 7, not minding your own business. Stay in your lane. Mind your own business. Don't start drama, don't gossip trying to spark anything. Tabloids and controversy are sold to the lower classes as entertainment because they love discussing other people. Most of their time is spent sharing thoughts about other people's lives, but never minding their own. Privacy or boundaries, they're not something they care about. They're the people who stare at you when you're out in public, who want you to stop what you're doing so you can help them. Number 8, a lack of manners or etiquette. They've got no idea what a protocol is or how to behave in most situations. Please and thank you are no longer the norm because they feel entitled to the service. Chivalry is being killed from both ends. The lower classes have no idea how to do it, and the academics have deemed it patriarchal. No, really, opening a door for a lady today implies she can't open it herself, and this is on the agenda of the white man to maintain power. Believe it or not, this has become a common belief among academia. They call it benevolent sexism. Don't burp out loud in public, it's disgusting. And even developed societies can sometimes backtrack on their progress or put up with poor behaviors because nobody takes the time to address it. For example, South Korea is perceived as a very evolved society, yet people spit on the ground everywhere you go. You can tell how developed a society is by the amount of phlegm or chewing gum you see on the ground. Number 9, disrespecting people that are below you. Watch how people behave in restaurants, especially how they treat those they perceive to be below them. The more we looked into why people do this, the more we realize these people are usually unhappy with their lives. This behavior even has a name. It's called the screaming chain, where someone screamed at you today, so in order to make yourself feel more powerful again, you scream at someone else when the opportunity presents itself. Number 10. Mocking other people for trying to better themselves. These are the people who would rather collect welfare than work. They're the ones laughing at your dreams and making fun of your goals. It's the people who put you down for doing something good for yourself. They call you names for even starting. Low-class people put blame on the system, on their environment, on the Illuminati, on anything but themselves. Their life is cheap because they think investing in themselves is useless. We built the only app especially designed for people who want to improve their lives, and the feedback is extraordinary. People are seeing real change. But do you think low-class individuals would spend $99 to put it to good use? Of course not. They'd rather buy scratch tickets and maintain their vice. If that's not who you are, if you believe tomorrow can be better than today, if only someone showed you the way, go to Alux.com/app right now and download it. Start the free trial and see what happens. Number 11, bragging about how effed up you got. So you got wasted and passed out. Please tell me some more about how cool your life is. Why do people think that "I don't even remember what happened" is a good position to put yourself in? Especially since, look, you're old enough to know better. Some people get stuck in a high school era of decision-making where your brain isn't even fully formed yet, and you believe it's the peak of human existence. Reality is a harsh wake-up call when you realize everyone else around you has moved on to better things, and you're the only one who stayed behind. Number 12. Living in a rundown or overcrowded living space. Too many people, broken toilet, leaky faucet, electrical cables you can see, your wall plug is hanging out of the wall, there's obvious mold in the corners of your ceiling because of water issues. We're not talking about the people who try to steal electricity from the grid, but those who choose to live in misery. They never clean, they never fix. That window's been broken and crooked for over a year now. Trash everywhere is another sign, including your yard and car. Even worse, throwing trash out of your car. It's an acceptance of this situation as normality, and they've grown accustomed to living like that. But this frame of thinking bleeds into everything else in their lives. If something is broken, you live with it. You do nothing to fix it. Number 13. Engaging in criminal behavior. It's not easy money if you didn't earn it. These are the people who would rather steal a bike for their kid than work and set an example by showing the sacrifice required to get anything in life. They despise the fact that others have, but are not willing to do the bare minimum that others do. The thing that surprises us is just how creative these people are with their scams. The brain power is definitely there, mixed with a good understanding of human nature, but they lack the discipline and the ability to see the moves ahead. Most of these criminals would be substantially better off if they focused that same energy into playing by the rules. Number 14. Abusing people, animals, or other people's property. Low-class individuals engage more often in different forms of abuse. It makes them feel powerful in a society that's deemed them less. What shocks us is this tendency to harm what is yours. Why are you beating your wife and your kids? They're yours. They're the handful of people that you actually have a chance of having a real connection with. It's far worse than keying your own car, you dummy, because you're damaging the little that you do have in your life. Low-class behavior isn't limited to physical abuse either. Offering $100 to a homeless person while filming it in public for social media points, that's the same pattern of behavior. Number 15. Ignorance or prejudice. Sometimes it's ignorance and sometimes it's intentional. Low-class individuals have a single source of truth, a single source of information. They never bother to see and adjust their understanding based on different points of view. They despise gay relationships because God told them to in the Bible, which they've never read. Their perception is skewed by the media. That's why they're uncomfortable around the topic and often joke about gays coming after them. In their perceived reality, all gays are the flamboyant ones who, in their words, just want attention. They believe others are coming after what is theirs. Deep down, they're scared, so they label others as them against us. They see no middle ground and believe they have complete information. You cannot change the behavior of someone who is not incentivized to change it themselves. Now, if you related to some of the things on this list, know that reality is under your control and the future is not set in stone. Low class isn't a financial class. It's one of mindset and decisions that keep you there. Most of the people watching this might have started in the vicinity of low class, but through effort, they saw that there's more to life than acceptance of subpar standards of living. Tomorrow we're looking at high class, and on Monday we're looking at those who are pretending to be high class. So this is like a mini-series. Which brings us to today's question. In your eyes, what behavior do you consider low class? Let us know in the comments. And as a thank you for watching until the very end, here's your bonus. Saying that you're high class. Look, we've never met anyone who is truly high class to even label themselves. Only the lower echelons of society like to overvalue themselves in the hopes that others might believe the lie. You see it often with people with expectations way out of their league, or young kids who drink whiskey dry. The lack of self-awareness is extraordinary. We believe everyone should be happy, and in order to get there, you need self-responsibility. You need to objectively look at your life and fill in the holes you find. We don't believe in classes of people. We believe in those who settle and those who want more. These posts are for the latter, and hopefully you'll never go back to identifying with anything mentioned in this video. If you're in charge of your own destiny, write the word self in the comments.